Hello and welcome back to Scatterbrook Farm Garden Designs. Well, hope you're all well. Molly's led by the side of me. She's having a kip, so we're all ready to go and do some decorating. Okay, I got a viewer. I think her name was Jenny. Um, she put down in the comments, could I do a water design? So there's quite a few of those coming in, water feature designs. Could I possibly do a design using the cherub, the man that's pouring the water, or it's a little boy pouring some water out of a spout, and the waterfall? Could I incorporate a bridge? I think she put water bridge, but I'll give you the reason why I don't use the in-game water bridge. Well, it's too small, basically. It's out of scale. So I came up with an idea of designing a bridge. You'll see on my videos, but we'll show you anyway. And 4 Easter ponds. Well, I've only got 2. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, 2 cemetery gates, and a woodland area. Now, obviously, I'm limited to space on this farm, so I'm going to try and do what I can for this viewer, and I shall have to use this cemetery gate that I've got there because I've only got the one. But we'll try the design, and if you want to use 2 cemetery gates, you can always use it, a little bit further up or whatever. But I think 1 cemetery gate would be plenty anyway. But you could have one at each end of the path. Right then, so I've already started the design in this area, because obviously it's quite time consuming. So I've started a little bit. I've done the waterfall area, but I've done it in such a way that you can see what I've done and to copy it. So it's pretty straightforward. The stuff that I put in there, you'll be able to just duplicate it by zooming in and looking at it. So I'm going to take you down to it. It's the area that I had down here, this area here. Okay, we've got company again. Look, we got the dogs and the cats. But this is it. So this is the start of the design. Now, as you can see, I've put it up into the corner. I've used the cherub, and there's the waterfall, and there's the Easter pond. So I've just put the 3 together in a line. You can see that that's pretty straightforward where to put those. You just put that into there so it's in line with the cherub pouring. And then a little gap down to here. Now you can see when I move the tree, I'll put that to there. You can see what I've done. So that's pretty straightforward. You can turn this pond to how you want it, that way or that way, but I feel it's better that way. And then I've just arced some water pieces around from the main pond, and that goes all the way around and then under a bridge. Now I've made the bridge myself, as I do on all my videos. I showed you how to make this bridge, and this bridge is to scale, so it looks proper. It really does look nice. When we got the water coming the other side, you'll see how it stands out, and it really does look nice. In the back, if I move this guy here, you can see I've got a golden tree at the back, and then we've got a creosote bush on the left, and we've got that plant, I can't remember what it's called now, this one here, this one. So you've got the creosote bush, this bush, and then another creosote bush on the end, and then we got that pot plant there just to give it a little bit of greenery and cut a bit of pink there just below that red flower. The other side, picking up this one here goes next to the golden tree, so you can see where it is to the statue, just to the right. So we put that tree into there, and then we've got literally a sago palm, a daffodil, a rock, another one of those creosote bushes, and we've got a conifer there that goes up the side, just covers the edge. A deer scare there, which is quite nice with the rocks arcing around, and then we got your sago, and you can see what I've got in there. So we'll put the tree back, and like I said, the tree, all that does is it just hides the joins. So that tree actually looks as though that little pond there is joined up to the main pond, and then by arcing that water around just sets it off. It really does make the water stand out. So that's what I've done up to now. So it can be a little bit fiddly, but like I say, if you see it on the if you sort of zoom in and get that bit first, so I thought, you know, that's quite an easy bit to copy to start with, because obviously when we start doing the woodland and everything, then it gets a little bit more complicated and you want to know where to put things. So as you can see already, it looks a beautiful design. And like I said, there's quite a few water designs coming in, and that was my forte when I was doing all of my landscaping and designing. I was, you know, that was my sort of department, water designs and stuff like that. So it really helps when it comes to that. Okay, so you can see that I put a path. So it goes 3 down, 3 across, 3 across, 3 across, and then along the bottom to the bridge. So if you can get that design there built, okay, then we can go from there and we can start building. Okay, so obviously this area here where the path goes is where I can't take any of that down. So you just got to use your imagination on your farm. You just trail that path out, you know, out through into another woodland. So what we're going to do, we are going to start building. So what we're going to do, we're going to go and find a tree. So I use a lot of green leafy trees. I know they're vouchers on that, but we can use this tree. Now, if I put that tree right to the back there, it's not really covering the path, okay? You want to give it that little bit of a discreetness where the path just goes off, you know, like a mystery path. It goes under the trees and into wherever you want to go. So all you do is you just bring it down 1 step, just to there. So that path now is hidden behind the tree, so it's like a little mystery going under, okay? Now we can go and get a conifer. So we get the conifer, which we get a large conifer just there. Put it up into the corner. Then what we can do, we can get a medium conifer. So that was a large conifer that we put in there. We can then get a medium conifer. So that's this guy here. And we can put it just there. Okay, so we have a gap here and a gap there. So you can either go with another conifer and cover over those 2 gaps, but you're going to cover a little bit too much path, or you can get something like a, let's see, for argument's sake, we could go for we could put one of these. Let's put that in between there. That's quite nice there. Look, that just that little bit of cream and red between the trees. Okay. So now we could go for a sago palm on the corner. So let's put that and kick it out to the path. So you still can see the path where it goes. Okay. We could then go for another sago palm. In fact, we could put one of those in. They look nice. Now, obviously, you can turn those. If it turns like that, it faces in. But if you face it that way, it goes right to the corner. So that's quite nice. And then what we can do then is we can get a daffodil and face it that way. Now we want something now to go in this area here, just there, up against the tree. So what would look nice there would be a tall grass. Now that covers the trunk, and just, you see how that's just filled in, look, you see, just got that lovely little pattern just on the corner. And then what we can do then is get something bright So we could put something like a star grass just in the back, like that, just so it shows through. So just a little bit of white. You know, you could have a lily or something like that. So that corner there has been finished, and you've got that beautiful little walk-through up between and under the trees, and then obviously whatever you've got on your farm, you can make that path go out into this area here. Obviously you won't want to walk out there because you'd sink. Okay, so that's that little corner done. So now what we need to do is we need to get the cemetery gate. Now I know that I've only got the one, so oh no, here we go. So we take this cemetery gate and we are going to turn it first. We put it to there, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it, I don't know, let's say just there. Now, if you can imagine that you can have a big clump of woodland behind this area here. So where that wall is, the blackberries and the path, if you can imagine building up, you know, you just put random trees in a woodland area. So what we're going to do, we're going to make this entrance of this here go up into that woodland area. So we need to get an acacia, and we can put that just there. So it just hangs over the top of the building. Okay. Then what we can do is get a dark green leafy tree. Now obviously sometimes you got to move it around a little bit because it doesn't always turn out right. And put that one just there. So as you can see, just by adding 3 trees, we've got like a little wooded area, and you've got the cemetery gates that will go up in, eventually go up into that area. Okay, so we need something just on this end. So what can we put on the end there? We need something short and bushy that will go on to that end. I don't know whether that would look okay there. Let's have a look. No, that's too dark. Look, you see, and it's throwing you away from the design. So perhaps we could have it this side, like that. Okay. So again, we need another tree. What can we have this time? What can we have? Well, we could have a what can we have? We could have a little bit of red just in that corner there. Look, you see, that's quite nice. Don't want to see the pot though. That's the trouble. So if I can bring that to there, bring that one to there, and we could have, say, a sago palm, another sago palm just to fill in there. So that gives it that lovely cover. So that's that side done. Okay, so now we got to work on up this side here. So again, when you're doing a woodland area, you know, there's no specific way that you put the trees. You can just put them randomly, you know, wherever you want, as long as you know the area that you've got. So we could have one there, we could go one there, and we could go one just arcing over the deer scare. That's quite nice. Then we can add some conifers. Now this is literally all random. One there, one in the back of there. It just, okay, sometimes you might not see the conifers, but what it does is it just gives that little bit of darkness in behind the lighter coloured trees. As you can see, we need another tree up in this corner here. So we could either have one of those, which looks nice, just gives it a little bit of brown bark on the tree, and it hangs over, so that's quite nice. If you're not sure of the bark but you like the canopy hanging over, what you do is you can get a conifer and get a large conifer and put it to there Oh, that's not a large conifer, that's a baby conifer. There's a large conifer, and you can put that just there, like that, just to give it another bit of darkness. Okay, to me, that's just a little bit too big, so I'm going to go for a medium conifer. Or that red tree that we had, it might hide the pot. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's quite nice. So what you've got is got that red now, and it's just, you can see it, it's just hanging down over, like it's hanging down over the water's edge. So what we've done, we've built up that little wooded area along the side. Not too sure about that there. I think that was a little bit too close to the feature. Okay, so we now need another conifer in this area here. A medium conifer that can go in there. And then what we can do, we can just throw a little bit of colour. We could have a nice little tree stump there. Look on the end, with it flowering over the side. That's quite nice. And then we can just add a little bit of colour. Now, colour, you know, you can put whatever you want in there. You know, and we've got some lilies here. You know, you could have a lily there, a lily just there. That's quite nice by the cemetery gates. We could have one of these just in there. You know, you just throw things in here and there, and it all adds to it, because it's, you know, you're doing a woodland and all different things, as you know, grow in woodlands. But I think that's just a little bit too big. So we could have a fern at the end of there. So we zoom out. Nope, we've got a fern to the left there. It doesn't look right. So we need to keep hold of the daffodils for the rest of the design. What about a rock? Here's the cat. There he is. Not sure with that one. So what else have we got that we can put in there? We got no more of the tall grasses. What about one of them? How does that look? That's quite nice, with the red up against the tree. So as you can see already, we built up that back area. So you've got that beautiful woodland area around the back. We've got the entrance coming from this way around the pond. We've got the bridge that you can walk over. And then you've got the cemetery gates, which obviously your woodland's going to be all around here, and that will go straight through. So we've managed to get that area done on the right. So that looks pretty nice. Okay, so now we need to do the final bit, which is this bit down in here. Okay, so we need some water pieces. So we'll go now to water pieces. Now make sure that obviously you line it up with the right side. Okay, so obviously it's got to be there. Okay, that's in line with the other side. So now what we're doing is we're now bringing this down to here, along, and we'll stop there. Actually, we won't have any more, so we're to there. And then what we can do, we can get the, I know that I've got one more Easter pond. I haven't got 4, but I mean, you can, you know, you can use these ponds and put them randomly. But the only problem is, if you've got too many of the same pond, it doesn't look right, because, you know, they're all exactly identical. You want the design to look different. You want all the water pieces to look different, so it looks more natural. Failing that, you know, we could use some smaller water pieces. So we could go from there. Okay, so you've got that there, you're coming down and across one, and then I can never find the water pieces now. Where are they going to be? Are they going to be here? The small lakes, small ponds, farming. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. They're not in farming. Are they in here? The little lakes? There's one big lake there, but that's not in there. Right, here we are. So instead of using 4 Easter ponds, we can use that one there, and we can go that one there. Okay, so now again, like I said, we've got this little problem where you've got gaps of green in between. Okay, so you need to cover up those gaps, and this is where you use the trees again. Okay, so let's just say, for argument's sake, we get a acacia tree. Now, I can't go far enough down here because the wall's in the way. Okay, so to me, that tree there is just too big. Okay, so we want something a little bit smaller. Oh, we don't want to pay that. Nearly drop that in place then. Yeah, so we need another tree big enough to cover that area in the middle. So I'm going to look down now and see what we've got. Let's have a look. So you move it around so that they look as though they're joined. So I'll let that go. Turn it that way. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. No, not happy with that. Let's go down to the normal trees. Bum, 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 bum. Let's get a little tree there. Let's put that there. Okay, that works. So we could get another one of those trees and we can put it up to... I dropped to see what's going on here. To there. Okay. Then what we can do is go and get another medium conifer. And we can put that. Let's have a look. Not sure about that because you need to show that it's feathering into the to the other ponds. So hang on a minute. I told you we can just change it here and there. Have a look. We could move that one down a bit. No. Just moving it here and there. Now, can I get anything in that area there? Can I get anything in there? Let's have a look. Can we get a sago in there? No, nothing goes between. A little sago there, look. Kick that left. Now, will anything go in there? No. It's just playing around a little bit with the water. Just the water pieces and seeing what you've got. And see, it's not joining up there. Let's just have a look at it. Let's kick that. No, that doesn't join up, you see. Not happy with that. So what we need is we need a leafy tree, a normal leafy tree. Okay. Now all of a sudden that water looks completely joined. Can you see? The two ponds there look as though they're joined, and the water comes round to this other one. This other one here I'm not quite sure about. No, I don't like it. It's too much. So you've got the Easter pond and you've got the small pond. Okay, and that water, as you can see, is just making its way behind that tree down into the ponds. Okay, so we can decorate around that in just a second. Now we've got the actual water where we want it. Now we need a medium conifer. And that medium conifer we can put just, no, it's got to come to there. No, what you're trying to do, you're just trying to cover the water going under the bridge, because obviously you've got a gap. I'll buy one of them because I need one. Okay, so as you can see now, the way that I place that, you can see that water now looks as though it goes under the bridge. So we've now got the water going under the bridge. So we've got it coming down from the design, wiggling its way down under the bridge, and then ended up in these two lakes. Okay, that's actually turned out quite nice down the bottom. Now we can put that there, a gap like that. So that's just poking out the top of the tree. Then we can get, if it'll go there, okay. Then on this side, where's the fallen down log? Because they always do look nice, those fallen down logs, but I think there's only room for one. So we could have that one there, kick it right, so that's quite nice. We could also have another one of those. Where are you? I can't find it. Where's it? Oh, there. Okay. Now obviously you put it there, you're not going to see the water, so you can just have it on the edge there, look, you see. Let's have a look. That don't look right, so let's have it in this corner here. That's quite nice, you see. It's just giving that little bit over the rocks of the water. Now, what was on about the log, the fallen down log? Okay, so we can bring that to there and just tuck it under that tree. So that's quite nice. Okay, so we've got that line all the way along. So what we can do now is we can add just a little bit of fencing. Always gives a little bit of character, fencing. So we can go from the bridge, we can go along this path, like that, along there, to the hedge. And then we can put a creosote bush, which is quite large, in the corner, like that. Just gives it that little bit of, at the end of the fence. Okay, so that's that side done, and you've got the fence running along the path to stop you falling in the lake, and children falling in the lake. So now we got this little bit here to do. So again, all that is just adding a little bit of colour. Put that on the corner. We could have another tree. We've got a small tree. Let's have a look. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, there's another tree. We can have that. Not covering too much of the bridge, because obviously you want that bridge to stand out, so you can still see the pillars of the bridge going across. And then we can get a fern up against the wall. That's quite nice. So now we're just starting to interfill now, just to put the finishing touch on it. That's quite nice. Now we want a mossy rock we can put up against the conifer, because that's all, they always look nice, those mossy rocks. Then we kick it that way or that way. That looks quite nice that way. So we need something else now just to go in there behind that rock. Let's say we could have one of those. Another sago, so it fans out over the rock like that. That's quite nice. And then just something else in this corner we could have. Yeah, that's quite nice. So you got that little bit of red just peeking over the top, so you got the rock in there. So as you can see now, that looks a beautiful, beautiful little area where it goes under the bridge. You've got that lovely bit of fence along. And you've got the water's edge and going down into the pond and the broken log at the bottom. So that design there, you can fit in anywhere on your farm. And the way that I've done it is you can extend it, make it as big as you want, and you can make it go to where you want on your farm. So you've got an entrance here that can go anywhere onto your farm that you wish. And you've got an entrance here that can go anywhere onto your farm that you wish. You can build onto that. The reason I put a bit of fence there, not only does it give it character, but what it does as well is if you start putting something tall in there, it's going to obscure these paths. It's going to get in the way of this entrance and it'll all look too cluttered. So by putting that fence, it gives it a little bit of brown. It keeps it low. And yeah, it really all does go together. So it looks a little bit cluttered all around here because I've obviously got all these trees and stuff behind. But if you can imagine that, just that design on its own, it would look really, really nice. So there you are, Jen. We've got the waterfall and the water pieces and the cemetery gate. And we got the lovely little pond area with the water pieces making their way under the bridge. We built a bridge rather than use the in-game bridge that you've got, which is ludicrously small. It just doesn't look right. So if you can build a bridge, when you do your bridge, put the gravel over the bridge, the gravel path, so it just stands out. It just gives it a little bit of, you know, gravel on the bridge. So you're walking off the nice path onto the gravel bridge and then down to where you want to go. So there you have it. So I know I did started the design in that top corner, but we've done it step by step. The design that I did to start with, you know, with the waterfall and that's pretty straightforward to copy. But obviously, as we've gone through the design, you can see exactly step by step where I placed everything. I have changed a couple of little things, as you can see. So you just got to keep your eye on what I changed in the video and put it to where I've actually put it. And you should end up with a design like that, which is really, really good. So I hope that's helped you, Jen. I'm sorry that I couldn't use all four of the ponds, but we've used the another small pond to go with it. And like I said, if you make a bigger area, you know, you've got the gist of what I said when you cover with trees and that, and so that they join up. But again, like you see, just that one tree there in the middle joins up the whole of that area and makes it one large pond. So there you have it. Scatterbrook Farm Garden Designs. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to get your friends to subscribe. Obviously, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I can then go live on YouTube and we can have a chat and we can do lots of live designs. So make sure you let all your friends know, share the videos, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments what you think of this design, especially Jen. I hope you like it. I hope you can follow it easy enough to get it onto your farm. And yeah, get that subscribe button working. So until the next time from me and Molly, do take care of yourselves, happy designing, and we will see you very shortly in the next video. So until then, Scatterbrook Farm Garden Designs over and out. Cheerio.